it's Brian. Welcome to Mountain Blade Warband with the Diplomacy mod. That's what I'm using. So today we are going to start our grand adventure in the land of Calradia. So we could play the tutorial, but let's just start up a new game so we can start experiencing the joy of Mountain Blade Warband. So first up comes a series of questions about your character. If you're a little welcoming. Male nobles have an easier time. With the diplomacy mod, you can actually turn off the gender bias. But I'm going to play as a male because I am a male. You know, that's usually how it goes. You were born years ago in a land far away. Your father was... We have a few choices here. Basically, these choices help determine your starting skills and your starting abilities. I have a build in mind that I'm going to play as, so I'm going to go ahead and do this. A veteran warrior. Meager living from your father's wages as a guardsman for the local ward. You spent your early life as a page at a noble's court, so I started getting up in the world a little bit. As a boy growing out of childhood, you were sent to live in the court of one of the nobles of the land. Learned how to fight with sticks and swords, and as a young adult, life changed as it always was. You became a squire. Yes. Became a squire, which means I have some, you know, good knowledge of knightly tactics and stuff. And, unfortunately, I was forced out of my home. And, this is what caused me to become an adventurer. Only I know exactly what caused it. Indeed. I'm not exactly sure. So, let's become an adventurer, ride to our destiny. Normally I'd do realistic just because it helps me not be lame, but, for the recording's sake... if like a recording gets botched or something, I need to do allow me to quit without saving, because if I script a recording. So yeah, here is our character database. Here, I'm just gonna call myself Braden Lord, just because it's easy, just like that. There you go. As you can see, well, I'll talk about everything here. First, we'll talk about attributes. We got attributes over here. These represent there's 4 basic attributes that kind of define your base character. Strength allows you to get strength-based skills. It also increases your HP by 1 point per upgrade, which is nice. Agility allows you to get more weapon proficiency points. I'll talk about that in a second. As well as helps your agility-based skills. Intelligence gives you an extra skill point for each intelligence point you get, as well as allows you to get more intelligence-based points. There are a lot of these skills are intelligence-based, so it's very important. Charisma increases your party size limit by 1, and we'll go into more detail on what that means later. And you know, it's just all around good. And yeah, it helps you with charisma-based skills. So we got a bunch of skills here. Iron Flesh, 2 HP per level. That's all that means. Power Strike, 8% extra melee damage on your melee weapons. Also, a lot of melee weapons are. Actually, no melee weapons require Power Strike. Melee weapons do require Strength, though. Some heavier melee weapons. That's level 3, that's good. Power Throw helps throwing weapons. Power Draw, we're actually going to get some of that. I forgot to assign this, but we're gonna max our agility up. Because I want to get Weapon Master, and we'll go over that in a second. But Power Throw, Power Draw increases bow damage. We want to get that, because I'm going to be using bows quite a bit. So we're going to get Power Draw, Power Strike up to level 3. Got Shield, which reduces damage to shields. You know, helps your shield skill. Weapon Master is important, though. It helps you learn proficiencies faster, so that you can, you know, get more powerful faster. I'll go over these in a second, but it's a very important skill. I like maxing Weapon Master first, if possible. And of course, we got Shield. Athletics helps you run faster. Riding helps you ride horses faster. Horse archery lets you shoot off the back of horses with more accuracy. Looting helps you get more money from the end of the battle. Trainer helps train the troops. We'll go into more troop management later. But tracking helps you keep track of parties on the map. Tactics helps you have a starting battle advantage. Meaning you get a better, like, you start on top of a hill instead of in the river or something, you know. Pathfinding helps you move faster. Spotting helps you see farther. Inventory management means you can carry more. Wound treatment means you heal more while moving around the campaign map. Surgery helps your guys stay alive instead of dying. We'll get more into why that's important later. But first aid, also important. as it helps you recover your wounds after a battle. That's definitely very important later. Engineer helps you build siege equipment. That's not very important to the late game, but it is important. Persuasion helps you convince people of more things. Prisoner management helps you keep more prisoners. We don't need to worry about that at the beginning. Leadership and trade. So for now, we've got all that sorted. Let's get a point of riding and a point. We have a point of trainer, and let's get a point of shield. I think will be what we want to do. And we're gonna up our archery. Now proficiencies are interesting. There are 6 proficiencies. I bet you can guess which ones correspond to what. But basically, what proficiencies do is the higher your proficiency is, the faster you swing the weapon, and the more damage you do with the weapon. So that's why I like to max Weapon Master, because it allows me to get higher proficiencies, which gives me more speed and more damage. In the case for archery, crossbows, and throwing, it helps you be more accurate as well. So that's also important. It doesn't affect damage as much for these 3, but it definitely affects the accuracy. All right, so let's continue. And now we get to make our person. Usually I don't really care too much. I'm just going to random until we find something interesting. A lot of these look ooh, that's not too bad. It's a pretty good face. All right, let's change our no, I like that skin. Let's see. Let's have a nice little beard there. That'll look good. Change our hair color, get a little darker. Better hairstyle. Some nice pretty ones. Guess we could look like that, wouldn't be too bad. There, I think that looks dignified. We are a boss. Alright, so you hear about Calradia, land torn between rival kingdoms battling each other for supremacy. Haven for knights and mercenaries, cutthroats and adventurers. Blah blah blah. Blah blah blah. So now I get to choose what kingdom. I think I'm going to start with the Nords this time. I've never started with the Nords, and it sounds pretty fun. And go ahead and do that. Took a long trading ship carrying falcons from the furthest reaches of the north, bartered for linen and wool. Who by April would be sailing forth from Ravager's coasts, come up to the rivers, flats and coastal marches to the city of Sargoth, home to the Sea Raiders' distant kinmen, the Nordic lords, who a few generations ago had carved themselves a kingdom in this rich but troubled land. Fall asleep at the inn of Sargoth after our long adventure, and we go outside in the morning, and the rasp of a blade siding from a scabbard. Uh-oh. First combat sequence. Ho! Ha! Ho! I'm not going to use our crossbow. We could use our crossbow. You know, could just shoot it, but I'm not going to use it. I'm going to use my melee weapon because I don't really care about crossbow training. Oh, maybe that hair was kind of bad. Don't worry, we can't change it, though. In fact, I'm going to change it right now. Let's change that hairstyle a little bit, because that's... I didn't look at the back of it. There, that's a little better. Alright, anyway. Sorry about that, bro. There we go, killed. So, as you see on the left there, we get our proficiency up by using the weapon. And it says bandit killed by Braden Lord, says how much damage you do, the speed bonus, we'll go into more of that later, and the experience I got from it. Are you alright? Because you're alive at any rate. Maybe you can help me with something. Alright, so merchant heard the commotion, and he wants to have us help him with something. Let's see what that is. Had brigands in the hills, banditry. If you want to read all this, go ahead. I'm not going to be reading everything, of course, because there's a lot of text in this game, but it's definitely interesting text. So he lost his brother to the bandits. He's wandering around after dark, got taken by the bandits. They don't even want to ransom. So, had experience with the blade, so he wants me to help him. And, you know, I'll accept it, because it gives us free experience, free money. We got $100. Collect 5 men. So, our goal is to get 5 men in our party. Actually, you need to have 6. I don't know why it says 5. At least 5 men means 6, I suppose, for this game. But, anyway, collect from men from around the villages. Tavern here in Sargoth. Alright, so, we got our quest. This is our quest tab here. Collect 5 men. Quest tells you when it was assigned, who it was given by, and what you have to do, basically. Pretty easy. We'll talk more about these tabs in a little bit, but for now, that's all we need to know. And if we hit tab, it says there, you can quickly exit any location. So we hit tab, get outside. And here is the campaign map. Here's where we spawned in Sargoth, next to the coast here. Alright, so, basically, there are 6 different factions. 2 of the weaker factions are the Rhodax and the Nords, as they only start with 3 of these large settlements. These larger settlements here are called towns. Towns have marketplaces and taverns. They're centers for commerce and stuff. They also hold pretty good garrisons, so they're harder to take. You know, usually held by prominent members of the society. There's only I think there's 21 towns overall, but they all have the large text over their name, and they're pretty nice to hold. They're pretty nice to have one of those, but we won't be worrying about that for a while. And then there's different places. Each town is responsible for a few villages, and whoever controls the town, like which faction controls the town, also controls the villages that correspond. Same thing with the castles. Each castle has 1 village corresponding with it. And castles, of course, are much harder to assault. They have much better fortifications. Usually, they have less men in them, usually, but they're usually better trained. And harder to take, but they're good. They're good fortifications. Usually, the AI will focus on taking like a castle first and then coming to the town, but sometimes they go after towns. So yeah, we got the 6 factions here. The Nords specialize in heavy infantry. They also have archers, but their archers aren't super good. But their heavy infantry is amazing. The Nord Huskarls are the best infantry in the game. Their archers are kind of lackluster, and they don't have any cavalry. So they're pretty much a one-trick pony. Over here we got the Vaegrs. The Vaegrs have some of the best archers. It's debatable between a couple of the factions which one has the best archers, but they definitely have one for the running, the Vaegr Marksmen. They also have decent horsemen and decent infantry, preferring to use 2-handed axes, which is cool. Over here we got the Kurgats. They prefer horse combat. Basically, all they have is cavalry, meaning they are very good at skirmish tactics, very good at open field, but they're not quite as good in city defense because, well, cavalry aren't as well armored. You know, they're not as good in melee fighting. Specialize in heavy lancer units, heavy horse archers. They're the only faction to have horse archers, so keep that in mind as well. Over here we have the Saranids, Saranid Sultanate, which specialize in desert troops. Very similar troop tree to the Vaegrs. They have very good stuff, but they have very good heavy cavalry. Their heavy cavalry is very good. It's also debatable between them and the Vaegrs, which one has the best archers. The Saranid Master Archers are very good as well. They also have decent infantry, but not super good. Not super good. And then over here we have the Rhodax. The Rhodax, they specialize in sharpshooters, which are very high-level crossbowmen. These are also sometimes considered some of the best ranged units in the game, as the crossbowmen have shielding. They have a lot better armor and shielding. They can fight in melee better, as well as having very powerful crossbows to do damage. They also have some pretty good heavy infantry, and lots of spearmen to deal with cavalry. And their neighbors here, the Swadians, probably one of my favorite factions. They have very good. They have some of probably the best heavy cavalry in the game, as well as having pretty good infantry as well. But their archers kind of suck. Their crossbowmen they have decent crossbowmen, but not on the same level as the Rhodax. So I won't be worrying about getting those. Basically, my plan here, playing with the Nords, when I start building my army, I'm going to get guys from the Swadians to build Swadian Knights. Come over here, get Vaegr Marksmen for our Archer Corps, and we're going to get infantry from the Nords. So we're going to have a combined army of doom. Yes. But anyway, if we enter Sargoth here, you can click on the building to go in it. Yes. Left click on it, and here we come to the town menu. You can go to the castle. That's where the Lord is. Take a walk around the streets. There's not much to do there. Basically, you can do everything. If you want to roleplay a little bit more, you can walk around the streets, but I'm going to be doing everything quickly. Visit the tavern. Tavern's where you can find companions. Actually, we'll go ahead and look at the tavern right now. Find companions. You can find mercenaries. There's a mercenary here, a companion that you can pick up, wandering scald. Belligerent drunk. Oh! Aye, what are you looking at? Not sure. Some sort of animal, clearly. Oh, wipe that smirk right off your face. Oh, no shooting. Well... Alright, fine. Gosh. So we gotta fight this guy, because apparently he's drunk and wants to fight me. Alright. If you're confident in your melee skills, it's good to fight belligerent drunks, because they give you, as you can see here, give me decent experience, as well as money and a sword. Well, I'd say that he started it and tells you to restart. Such a waste. Yeah. And if we reload the tavern, everybody goes back to normal. So we got Wandering Skulls here. These guys teach you poetry. We'll worry about that more later. Here's a merchant we talked to before. When we finish our quest, we can go talk to him. And there's people upstairs as well. There's another companion and Ransom Rogue. Basically, anybody with a name that a non-generic name is a companion that you can pick up. We'll be talking more about that later. Of course, everything's more about later because there's a lot to this game. Anyway, there's the tavern, the arena. We'll worry about that a little bit later. But just know that that's a thing. Go to the marketplace. You can sell items automatically, access local prices, trade with the arms dealer. We'll do that right away. We have the Nordic sword that we can sell. Actually, hold on. I think the Nordic sword, yeah, it's better than our sword starting out. Rusty sword, 25 cut, 19 pierce. So basically, weapons have 3 types of damage. Here's one with... So, cut represents, slashing motions, any kind of slashing motion. Cut usually has the highest number, highest base damage, but it gets diminished against armor a lot. Blunt, on the other hand, is pretty much the opposite. It has the lower base number, probably the lowest base number, but it has the highest amount of armor piercing, so it ignores the most amount of armor, so it gets heavily armor targets. Blunt is going to be your friend. And then Pierce is kind of right in the middle, even damage, and, somewhat armor piercing. But piercing damage gets boosted by the movement of your horse. So, the faster you're moving with your horse, the more piercing damage does. And, even if you're walking on foot, even if you, move forward faster, it does the most. And you can see there's a lot of very expensive equipment, lots of different equipment that we will end up getting. Equipment in these shops shuffle around every once in a while. So, it's not just the same equipment throughout the game. We're going to sell our crossbow and our bolts, because I'm not going to be using that. And we'll get 33 bucks. All right. See if we can get ourselves a helmet quick. And we'll get a rusty mail coif. Pretty cheap, 78 dinars. Give us some head protection. Head protection protects you from headshots and overheaded blows. Very important. Headshots do a lot of damage. Headshots with crossbows and stuff. Body armor protects you from basically anything hitting this area, including your arms. All over. Arm and body armor stacks with each other. So, because your gloves give you body armor. Then you have your leg armor, usually boots, and your torso give that. Protects you from leg shots. Very handy if you're going to be riding around on a horse a lot. But other than that, that's about all we need to know. Also, you need to buy food in this game. Everybody consumes food, your party, and you included consume food. Although nothing bad happens if you run out of food, it's just you consume it. So I feel like you should probably just keep it around. But food is important and boosts your party's morale. And if you lose morale, your men will start deserting. As well as, just keeping your morale up. That's basically what food is for. Just keeping your morale up. You can boost morale, and you can lose morale by not having it. We can meet the guild master, who can give us quests early. It gives us nice early game quests that can boost our relation with the town. And boosting our relation with the town is important because it gives you cheaper prices at market and stuff, which is pretty cool. Oh, we don't want to fight that. Do not want to fight that right away. 10 guys there. Very scary. Now, on the battle map, you can move around left-clicking. You can also right-click on certain things. And then you can view notes or move here. And you can control. If you hit control and space, you start fast moving, which means you move faster than normal. And, ooh, Sea Raiders. Let's not fight those. Those are very tough opponents. But let's go over here. Let's go to Fanata and get some recruits at a village. You can talk to Village Elder. Similar to a town, Village Elder gives you quests to help boost relation with the town. Boosting relation with a village here, gives you more recruits, usually. You get more recruits from that, which is pretty nice. You get to sell items, buy food. Usually they have a lot of food at villages or other supplies. You can buy supplies. Or we can just be meeting the villagers. But I think we're just going to recruit some guys. 5 Nord troops, which would be fine if the quest was actually 5, but it's actually 6. And let's avoid these areas. We have faster movement, as you see, so we'll be able to get away from them. And let's actually fight these looters over here. This will be some good experience. Looters are the easiest faction to fight. They are the weakest, and they're there basically to level you up early. So, what do you want? Surrender or die. Because which prepare to die. So, once engaging with combat, we have the combat screen here. We can either choose to leave because we initiated the attack. Either you have to initiate the attack or make the enemy take a lot of casualties in a earlier battle, then you'll be able to retreat if they initiated the attack on you. Otherwise, I can order the troops to attack without me, which would be kind of dumb, considering we have number disadvantage. But we'll just charge the enemy. I think that'll be smart. And I'm hoping to get gold as soon as I can, so I can start getting a bow and arrows. So I can start using that. It's going to be my goal, because that's going to be very helpful. Basically, alright, so we can control our troops with F1 here, and we can give them orders, movement orders. Holding F1 just gives the quick move command, but we have a bunch of orders. We can select infantry, archers, cavalry, or everyone. And we're going to select the infantry, of course. We have movement orders, formation orders, and fire orders. We'll just go with movement orders. Then we'll hit F3 to do a charge. Have our men charge right in. And, of course, I'm not going to do too well, but... Oh, see, there, he already got knocked unconscious. But we're going to go back here and do some damage ourselves. Very good job, guys. Unfortunately, did lose one man. Red text signifies that the guy was killed, and orange signifies that he was knocked unconscious. Gotta keep that in mind. Also, it says that, of course, but it's easier just to look over at the color. Yeah, there we go. Nice stab, giving us a nice horse bonus with our stab, of course. Yeah, so basically, I guess I can talk about combat controls. You can use WAS to move around. Mouse positions the camera. Right-click is your guard. With a shield, that just holds your shield up if you have your weapon. You know. Yeah, you can scroll the mouse wheel down to unequip your shield, and equip it. Just move your mouse wheel up to equip and unequip your sword. And if you don't have a shield out, you can, if you right-click it, it blocks melee attacks. It tries to parry, which is nice. Left-click is your attack. Holding it neutral will do a neutral attack, but the direction basically determines what kind of attack it is. So if I like move the mouse up, it'll do an overhead slash. If I move to the side, it'll do a side. Move to the other side, it'll do this side. If I move down, it'll do a thrust. So basically that's all you need to know about combat. Pretty simple. Usually the best tactic, one of the best tactics is going like this. Move the counter to the side, drag the mouse to the side, and get a nice slash right beside your horse. Or a nice stab. But I guess it kicked us out of the battle, waiting too long. But 2 of our guys are killed, 2 of them are wounded. Casualties, wounded people will regenerate over time, so they're basically like they didn't die at all. But it does take a while for them to heal, and we killed all of them. Very nice. And here's the loot that we gathered. If we had our looting skill higher, there would be better loot here, as well as more money when we actually get it. But we're just gonna pick everything up because we need money early on, so having the most is always nice. And we get 62 dinars on the ground as well. And some soldiers are ready to upgrade. So if we go to our party window, we can see that we have 5 out of 53 total members. Party skills, we can talk about that in a little bit probably. But basically there are skills that benefit the party only, such as tracking and stuff like that. So we can upgrade these guys to footmen or huntsmen. Like I said before, we're going to be using Nord infantry, but I'm not going to keep these guys around too much longer, personally. But we'll go ahead and do that and get our guys rolling. So basically, party skills, if you look at your skills, you can see which ones are personal skills and party skills. In the top right, it gives a little info about it. Personal skills, of course, benefit you only. Then you have party skills, which benefit the whole party. And these are very useful to have in your companions. Basically, companions are NPCs that you can hire, and they basically act like other heroes. They act kind of like you. They can get experience, they can level up, they can have skills, and they can grow their stats. They have the same stat screen and stuff. So they're very useful. Usually you want to have them benefit with party skills. And then there's leader skills, which benefit only the leader, meaning that only I would benefit at this stage, or any other leader in the game. Because, of course, there are other leaders. And inventory management, leadership, of course, is a leader skill. So is prisoner management. I think those are the only 3. But yeah, that is nice. Anyway, we've got these menus down below. We'll talk about this, and that's pretty much all I'm going to talk about. And then I'm just going to kind of play the game, and you'll kind of figure it out, hopefully, as we go. So camp menu, turn on your diplomacy messages. I'm actually going to disable diplomacy horse speed. Basically, that means when your horse is damaged, you move slower. I don't like that, so I'm just going to turn that off. We can take an action, select a book to read, which books are very expensive in this game. But they do help you gain extra skills or gain extra bonuses. You can retire from eventually, basically quit the game. You can check how many points the game has given you, or you can go back to the game menu. You can rest here some time. Basically, you set up a camp. Relative safety. It just helps pass the time faster, and then you can resume traveling. Reports is basically everything about you here. So our character renown, we have 10 renown. Renown affects how much other lore, like how much the nobility respects you. Like the more renown you have, the more people see you as like, oh, you know, you're a pretty prominent person. So 10 is not very good. Usually about 200 is when you start getting, you know, respected by nobility. Honor rating respects how, you know, dishonorable or honorable you are. You can have negative or positive by doing honorable, dishonorable things like ransoming prisoners or killing peasants. You know, they'll change your honor rating. Party morale, 99 is the cap on that. It goes down to 0. You're pretty much good up until you start going below 60. That's when people are going to start leaving your party. So other than that, you're pretty safe. Party size limit, 53. So I can view a full character report, not reading any books. We don't have any friends or enemies in our honor rating. Party size. Leadership adds to party. Each leadership adds +5 to party, as well as we get the 8 from charisma. So we get 30 base. So we got 53. Pretty nice. And companion mission report. Once you get companions, you can send them out on missions. That's pretty much a late game thing, but just know that that's a thing. View weekly budget report. We have to pay $14 in wages to our recruits, so we got to keep that in mind every week. Party morale. See what factors are affecting party morale. Each person's size gives you a -1 to morale. And then leadership. I think that you get 12 points of morale per leadership point. I'm pretty sure. Then our food variety, recent events, and recent events because we won that last battle, so we get +11 morale for that, which is nice. Then the known lords by relation, we haven't met any lords. Courtships, we haven't met any ladies to court. And prosperity report shows the prosperity of the towns of the world and the villages of the world. Not too important to worry about right now. But for now, I'll resume traveling, and let's kill some more of these looters. I think that'd be very nice. So, 3 on 3. If you recall, we lost one guy, and 2 of them are injured, so they're not going to be in this battle. But we do have 2 upgraded men, Nord footmen, which is pretty nice. Go run over here, and we're going to take these guys out. Look at this nice water graphic. Just, Now, rivers slow you guys down, but it slows them down, too, so. This man just going to let me slash him, okay. There you go. And I've advanced to level 2 already. Very nice. There we go. I just murdered those guys. Yeah, looters are really easy to kill, especially with a decent sword. Sword that we picked up by killing the drunk guy. So yeah, at any time you can hit C to access your character and do some upgrading. So, each level you gain an attribute point, a skill point, and 10 weapon points. If you upgrade your agility, which is what I'm going to do, you gain an extra 5 weapon points. If you upgrade your strength, you gain an extra HP. If you upgrade your intelligence, you gain an extra skill point to assign. If you upgrade your charisma, you get an extra, extra party thing. So, I am going to upgrade agility. We're going to get Weapon Master 4. Basically, we want that as soon as possible. And we're going to keep upgrading our archery skill, because I want to be using that soon. I think that looks pretty good. We are level 2. We still need to get some stuff. Let's go to Veig and get some recruits. Oh, we were ambushed by bandits. Basically, whenever it starts loading, we get ambushed by bandits. So, we were ambushed by bandits, which is actually a blessing in disguise, because you can get a lot of money and more experience. Unless you're really low in health, it kind of sucks. But we should be able to handle these guys, no problem. Hopefully. I do have a shield, so... Oh gosh. Oh, gosh. Oh, gosh! Okay. This isn't going that well. Basically, you can spam right-click to keep guarding and parrying. Oh, jeez. Well, that didn't go too well. Oh, well. And we lost 55 dinars, unfortunately. So instead of getting money, we ended up losing money. But I still want to go to the city, recruit some volunteers. There we go. 40 dinars. So we lost 95 there to get some troops. It is unfortunate that we lost that battle, but what can you do? Now we're fully injured. Your guy cannot fight personally unless he's above 10% HP. So keep that in mind. If your guy's not above 10% HP, he will not be able to fight in the battle, and you'll have to order your men to attack. And usually the AI does a pretty bad job, so you want to be there to help them. And you can rest up in the town, regain some health, which I will do. We'll rest overnight. As you can see, we have the date here and the time of day. Usually more things in towns are open during the day, so you usually want to access town stuff during the day, but not too important. Lose 3 dinars, which is our cost of, rooming at the inn here. I'm not sure what happens if you don't have enough money. I think you might get kicked out. Ooh, Kingdom of Norse has declared war on Kingdom of Swadia. So they're fighting. Interesting. Anyway, we're going to go to the marketplace. We're going to sell all that loot that we have, which is a decent amount. We have 84 dinars. We're going to get a decent amount. 72. Let's see if there's any bows we can pick up. We can pick up the short bow for 116. There you go. Now I just gotta find some arrows. 144. That's quite a bit. So we'll hold off on that. We'll get the short bow for now. We'll come back and get some arrows, hopefully. Hopefully these arrows will stay here. We can grab those. Just need a little bit more money for that. So let's go to the tavern. As you can see, I'm back to full HP after resting. And another belligerent drunk. Do you have any idea who I am? Do I care? Yeah. Basically, if you have enough renown, you can cause these guys to stop attacking you. But, it's free equipment, free money, so might as well. Such a waste. And yeah, just how the market changes after so often. The companions, all the people in the tavern change after so much time too. Except the merchant, because he's quest related. Oh, I don't want to talk to you. Talk to the merchant of Sargoth, and hitting the wrong button. Basically, R toggles your first-person mode, but I like playing in third person. Plus, it looks cooler, so we're gonna do that. Splendid work! Hunt them down and defeat them to disclose the location of their lair. Very well, I shall hunt these bandits. So we'll go ahead and do that. It will give us some more money after we complete this quest string. And, oh, look at that. The band of robbers is right there. You can talk to them. What do you want? I've been looking for you. Tell me where to keep your prisoners and I'll let them go. Because we're looking for that guy's brother. Did you bring any silver? Nope, but I brought steel. Oh, snap. Let's go kick their butts. Yo. So, I don't really care for these guys. I'm going to, drop these guys off after we finish this quest string. And I'll explain a little bit why when I do so. But just for now, know that these guys aren't going to be permanent. So, basically, if you want your guys to level up more, because we did get those guys to level up in the first battle, basically you want your men to defeat the enemy. If you kill a lot of the enemy, you're not sharing the experience as much, unless you have a high level of trainer. A high level of trainer allows you to share experience after a battle. But just know that experience that you're getting is not necessarily shared to your men. So if you want to get a strong army, have them kill the men for you. But at this point, I want my character to become stronger, so we're going to be doing that instead. Looters are really bad at blocking, so use that to your advantage. Later in the game, we'll see that it's sometimes very hard to hit enemies, because they're very good at blocking, or have very big shields. But for now, defeated those guys soundly. Aye, spare me. Want information. So, basically, finding out where the men were. Ooh, we got sturdy nomad armor, which is a little bit better than our leather jerkin. And I'm not too worried about leg armor at this point. Actually, this looks better, so I don't even care. Doesn't really matter too much. It's not that much of a difference. But there we go. Exit the battle. Got 31 experience. There's the kidnapper's hideout over there. But I think that's all we're going to do today for this episode of Mountain Blade Warband. So join us next time as we valiantly attack the kidnapper's hideout to rescue the merchant of Sargoth's brother. And continue on along glorious adventures as Breadnord. So, thanks for watching. Breadnord signing out. Have a good day.